Personality is so whack to me. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl. Girl, 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 girl. It's still early, but I had tacos yesterday. Yesterday was Taco Tuesday. And down at the taqueria, they have 199 tacos. So I went and got me a couple tacos. And of course, I didn't eat all of them. I only ate two. I got four. Did I get four or three? Four. Oh, it was four. It was four. Mucho sabor. Um, but I didn't eat all of them. And so I had one and I left it out actually, and in its container. And then I got up this morning and I made some coffee, and I love coffee with carne asada with onions and cilantro. I love it. So when I tell you, and with coffee, I don't know what it is, but just all of the flavors just go together. Like a good cup of coffee with some carne asada tacos, so good. So I just made some coffee. On my last video, I had some ginger tea. So I just made myself some coffee. I'm actually drinking coffee less and less. Like so sometimes I have a Keurig, and so I have my mushroom coffee, and sometimes I mix my coffee with my mushroom coffee. But as I've been drinking my mushroom coffee, my desire to make just a regular cup of coffee is not as high as it used to be. So now I mix it, and I think that's probably why, because I don't drink it as much, and I used to drink 12 ounces, and now I'm down to 8 ounces. So what I do is I put my Keurig in, and I put my mushroom coffee in the cup, and then do my coffee, my Keurig, and then mix it with whatever cream, cinnamon, whatever you want to mix it with. Um, but I don't know. But I like it with the coffee when you mix it with coffee, with regular, caffeinated coffee, because the flavors in the mushroom coffee really enhance the flavor of the coffee. And then if you add some creamer to it, right? Today I have some vanilla creamer, but typically I have brown sugar creamer. But I had some creamer from the last time. So when I did grocery shopping this past weekend, I didn't buy any more creamer. Um, but yeah, and I just love the way that it tastes. Anybody, or like like literally like, or menudo and coffee. I don't know what it is about Mexican food with coffee that just tastes good. Does anybody else have that experience? I know I can't be the only one. I just love Mexican food and coffee. Even if I'm sitting down for a bowl of menudo, I want coffee with it. Like it's a morning thing. I don't know. Anyways, I was looking at this clip. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by. I was looking at this clip of Drake on, what's the girl's name? Rebecca. Picked up and lifted. Let me see. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Let me see the post. Where is the post? I just saw it. It's Drake. You know that girl that does the interviews, and they're always like, I think her name is Rebecca. They're always like odd. Like the interviews are just odd. And she's dry sense of humor. She doesn't do a lot of smiling or laughing. She does interviews with everybody. And she's doing an interview with Drake. And Drake is on this, she's white. She is on this white girl's platform. He is on this white girl's platform talking about being a culture vulture and how it makes him feel. Did you just put out a song that had like a rhythm, of Jamaican rhythm to it? How you have like at work, I don't know, I guess depending on the industry, but every now and again your job will send you like a course to complete. Like we do like a code of ethics, compliance, all that kind of stuff, to make sure that you are, still in alignment with what's going on. You still understand what you call it, getting gifts from, different, different companies and things like that, like, all that kind of stuff. So they give you like a test. Do y'all do that at your job? They give you a test. And so the test, not the test, but the course, and then they have a knowledge check at the end. So there's one that's due on the 16th, and she is always like she wants us to complete it before the due date. So I guess it looks good for her to her higher ups. So she asked me yesterday, did I finish it? I was like, yes, girl. I think it was the 16th or the 18th. I don't know when it's due, but it's done. So I was listening to Drake talk about being a culture vulture on this white lady's platform. How you on a white woman's platform talking about being a culture vulture to the black community,
I just, girl, stop.
to the American black community or black American community? Drake is so weird to me. He is so weird. And after knowing like how he moves and coming to that realization, I don't know. Like, you might listen to a song, who's calling that phone? Who's calling that phone? Is it Erica? Is it Stacy? Is it Kendra? Is it Erica? What's the function? What the fuck the function? Like, okay, we can be right. Baby girl, let me see you do your dance. Let me see you twirl. But baby girl, they say, and it's probably a minor. So things that he says, I'll be like, now I listen when you listen to the songs, you listen to them differently. Like the same with R. Kelly songs. I cannot, when I tell you I cannot listen to R. Kelly, and one of R. Kelly's songs really remind me of my grandfather when it was around the time that he died. And I can't listen to that song. I can't listen to R. Kelly at all. It's just when I think about like you have these sexually charged lyrics, but you're like talking about a teenager. Like you're talking about what you mean a teenager? Like how old you talking about when you say teenager?
When you say teenage, how old are we talking?
Girls who are teenagers.
Nigga, what? Nigga, you 50 years old. Don't matter how old the teenager is, whether they 18 or 19, you too goddamn old, motherfucker. So I can't really listen to R. Kelly's. I mean, I can't not I can't really. I remember when I used to go to the gym and we used to do, was it step? It wasn't step. It was Zumba. Remember Zumba? Y'all remember Zumba? So we used to do Zumba class, right? I used to be in my Zumba class, and then she would cool down to step in the name of love. I used to grab my shit and leave. Girl, I'm out of here. I'll cool down downstairs or something, but we not about to cool down to step in the name of love. Oh, not on my watch, bitch. Drake addresses being called a culture vulture. I think I get really sensitive about that.
Those put in a
Okay, let's see.
you're a culture vulture, or like like people will describe the collaborative efforts that I've put forth and the artists that I've picked up and lifted up, or shine a light on as me taking, they'll put a negative spin on it and try and tell me, that it's a self-serving thing or whatever. And I think I get really sensitive about that. And I think at that moment I was just like, well, you know what? Then don't even worry about it. You're a culture vulture, or like.
I think it is very telling that Drake very rarely does interviews with Black American media sources. I think it's very telling that he does not do interviews with Black folks. I think he's been to the Breakfast Club once. I think it was one time, but Drake really doesn't do a lot of interviews at all. But when he does interviews, they're not with Black American media. I think that's very telling. Him even talking about this on her platform is very culture vulture coded. Somebody just said she was a culture vulture too. He is half Black. Can't take that away from him. Just because he is half Black doesn't mean he shares identities with you, doesn't mean he shares your values, doesn't mean he won't take from the Black community and exploit it and monetize from it. Y'all, it's the women who need deprogramming. When I tell you, there are Black men who care about being Black, and who take pride in their racial identity, right? But then there are some who don't care, who do not care about their racial identity until they need you for numbers. And Black women and their desire to be connected to Black men and their, we are the gatekeepers of the culture, right? We see people, we see especially Black men allow people into spaces that shouldn't even be there. Like Iggy Azalea, we shouldn't even know who she is. This new nigga, this new woman that Dame Dash is trying to promote, we should not know who she is. I used to say about Iggy Azalea, to me, you can't call yourself a true rapper unless I see some footage of you from back in the day rapping before you became famous. I have never seen a video of Iggy Azalea at a school dance rapping or like a talent show or anything like that. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong, but I've never seen that from her. And so it was always odd to me, like, where did this girl come from? Oh, T.I. let her in, right? So I think it's very odd that Drake, he doesn't do interviews with Black media sources, and then he's sitting on this white girl's platform saying that he feels sensitive about being called a culture vulture. Um, he has a right to his feelings, but I think it's weird that you have gained this fame and notoriety by making music that why is the screen going off? That was weird. And you're making all this money, and the majority of your fans are probably Black women. Look at Chris Brown's fan base. That I, I think it is amazing to see the amount of women at a Chris Brown concert. And it's just like, why are y'all upset that Cardi B isn't pregnant? Because she had that like corset on, and she might be pregnant, but might be having a corset on to kind of conceal it. But that corset was so big, it was like literally moving with her. And there's so many people online like offended, like, oh my God, girl, you rolling out an album, stunting like you pregnant. Oh my God, that's what you need to do is fake and stunt. Hollywood is the stunt and show capital. You understand? The entertainment industry. That's why they say it's smoke and mirrors. Girl, you don't know where the fuck you going. It's smoke and mirrors. Do you know how many people fake relationships to promote a movie? We see it all the time. People promoting a movie, they be on the red carpet gazing at each other so that they can start rumors like, oh my God, so and so and so and so might be dating. Look at they looking at each other for too long, gazing at each other on the red carpet. Oh my God, did you see him hold her hand? Oh my God, couples goals. And they don't even really be in a relationship. I'm gonna tell you something about Aaron and Tiana. Once this project is over and it fizzles all the way down, you watch how that relationship dissolves. I'm not saying it's going to blow up in a bad situation, but I'm just saying her and this relationship and this album is very, and for him to be starring in it, it's giving very much a stunt in the show. There are so many other things to drag Cardi B for, but people are literally online like, and it's all men. Ooh, girl, you putting out an album? You stunting like you pregnant? Girl, that's Hollywood. If she's faking like she's pregnant, if whatever she is doing, it's to roll out an album. Whatever the look over here, whatever she does to make you look over in her direction, right? Whatever stunt she pulls. If she's rolling out an album and that's the stunt she wants to pull, who cares? Y'all mad? I really think people are mad because they can't drag her. I don't know, like I don't know if she's not pregnant. I don't know if she is pregnant. She has said she's not pregnant, But the way she was waddling down them steps and she had on this corset yesterday and she like unzipped it, she was showing her booty and all that stuff. But she was on stage twerking when she was pregnant. So that don't mean anything. But I think people want to be like, oh my God, how stupid can you be to be pregnant again, right? And so they can't drag her for that. But like Cardi is so problematic, you can drag her for something else. Drag her for something else. They showed Maya walking down the red carpet somewhere, 45 years old, looking ravishing, honey. I said, it's no man essentials, honey. That'll keep you looking. When I tell you no man essentials will have you looking beautiful, ripe, ready to pick off a motherfucking tree, bitch. Woo, girl. You mark my word about Tiana and that Mufasa. You watch and see. Watch and see how that relationship fizzles out in about a year. As soon as that project fizzles out, Tiana and Aaron will be done. So Drake, you are a culture vulture. I don't know what the fuck else. What else can we say? There's something so strategic with making sure you don't have this conversation with a black journalist. He's right, and the forced Drake hate is so lame. Why are some of you so offended by a man who is actually able to articulate his thoughts in English and not slang? Sounds like a response from a culture vulture. All right, I'm done with that. Okay, let's go on to the next topic. Saucy, Saucy Santana explains how Diddy treated Young Miami when they were together. It was princess treatment. Right, right. Because the way that people act in public compared to how they act in private is the same. It's not. Right? A man will put on an entire mask for everybody around. And as soon as nobody's around, he takes that mask off and he terrorizes his partner. We've seen it 1,000 times. So Saucy Santana was down to the Carlos King Kingdom Reign interview. And so I haven't watched it yet. It's about an hour and a half. I really want to watch it. You know, everybody can be problematic because we are both, right? We are both. We are good, evil, right? It just depends on where you lean into. Somebody like Puffy, he has leaned all the way into his villain. Like there's no coming back from that. And as old as he is and the way that we hear about his childhood on up, you know, he was an altar boy. Ain't no telling what was happening in that goddamn church. Okay. So we understand that this man has chose a path of violence, destruction, chaos, confusion, possible murder. You know, like it's just all bad. It's just all bad. Yeah, he might donate to the damn college or something like that, but he is literally has chosen his path. And nobody, no God, nobody is going to save him from that. He can put on, we've seen Puffy, like I said, I used to, when I tell you, I used to love me some motherfucking Sean Combs. I would hear stories about him being a type A asshole, right? And how he moved and he was arrogant and all of that stuff. But when you start hearing about the stories about him, the way that he has mistreated people, not even like even outside of every artist on that fucking label, how he did them. Every single person. I don't think he was good to any of his artists. Getting Cassie in a 10 album deal. She can barely make one album. She can barely make 6 songs. I don't even think Cassie has 6 songs out. But you signed her to a 10 album deal. That's essentially she's a slave. Essentially, that's why Prince wrote "slave" on the side of his neck because of the practices of the entertainment industry and how they rape creatives. That's all a part of the system, right? The feminine, because the creativity is feminine. So rape the feminine. It doesn't matter. He's chosen his path. The way he treats Caresha, I honestly believe that y'all are trying to make her the exception because the way that y'all posture yourselves when it comes to being chosen by men, I think that, you know, that saying when a woman tells you, you're just jealous, I'm going to be different. And then we look down the road and it's the same shit happening. It's no different. There's no way that you can tell me that a man who is deep within his identity, his violent, vile identity, that he is not mistreating. He mistreated. You're going to say that he's mistreated almost every single person he's come in contact with, and she did not experience that? I cannot believe that. I feel like you guys are misrepresenting that relationship to make it seem like Caresha was the exception. I don't even think Jesse and Delilah are an exception. I think they've been abused as well. And the way that he would act with chefs, with his staff, for some reason, that didn't, he stopped all of a sudden, but he had pink coke on him and was still trying to set up freak offs while he was under investigation. So how is he unable to control the behavior that he's been exhibiting and demonstrating all these years on one woman? That's not true. It's not true. I don't believe it. I think you guys are misrepresenting that relationship. So let's hear what Saucy Santana has to say down to the Carlos King.
Problem with it. And he was treating her different. She was experiencing things that some people might not ever experience in life. What was wrong with me being happy? And you've been around them. So the thing is this. How did you see Puff treat Caresha when you were around him? We used to laugh because we young. So good morning, Queen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was princess treatment. It was princess treatment, honestly. And so when it came to her speaking, people was mad because she could only if I be around you and you only eat apples, I can't speak on Carlos eating oranges because I don't see Carlos. Every time I'm with Carlos, he eating apples. So when it was time for her to speak, so what was the problem with it? And he was treating her different. She was experiencing things that some people can't because she can only speak on apples because she can't relate to oranges. Were you and her dealing with the emotional aspect of the world really attacking her more so? And that's your best friend. And when I look at the two of you, I see one. Because I feel like you two are just like, I feel like y'all like sisters, in my opinion. Were there moments of like tears and like maybe some depression, just like, because the attacks, Santana was heavy. And she just a girl. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a boy, so I gotta be that. I felt like a lot of times I had to stand up and be, you know what I'm saying, like male figure for her. And then they threw me in it. A lot of people say that wasn't a relationship I go in. I'm like, you know how weird that is for me to have to look on YouTube and somebody say, because she can only speak that I'm dating my best friend, boyfriend. Like, y'all are what? Y'all are crazy. Like, and it was just completely false. So it was just like, it was a lot. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot to deal with. I feel like people didn't give her no mercy. And it was like, oh boy, that was just being nasty. It still is. Even like, you know what I'm saying, taking comments out of context and it was just a lot. It was a lot to do. That was a lot to do. And even though like it wasn't even solely my situation, it was a lot on me because imagine you talking to your best friend every day and she said interview, or you know what I'm saying. I had went to a spell where I wasn't doing interviews. I was like, I don't even want to ask me about my best friend. You know what I'm saying? And so when I was like, girl, fuck that shit, bitch. I'm gonna go in there. You want me to customize that for you? What you want me to do? And I'm like she's not on the witness stand. She's not being called, That's the stuff that goes over everything. I know. Why she wasn't called in? Why she wasn't involved in this whole case? After y'all punished her and tried to cancel her. And even when she sat there and told her truth, only even doing that interview was hard for me because I was sticking her like, you're gonna talk. You're gonna talk. You're gonna tell these people the truth. You're gonna stand up for yourself. I don't give a I'm asking you hard questions. You're gonna have to. If you gotta cry, you're just gonna have to cry. But you better talk about this shit because they gonna stop. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, now that everything kind of gone away, it's like, y'all don't think I'm gonna apology? Everybody just kind of like, okay, no. As loud as y'all was trying.
So I gotta watch the rest of it. Saucy Santana speaks up for what he saw during Diddy's relationship with Caresha. Let's read some of the comments. We don't care. We seen that video of him beating Cassie. Her experience wasn't theirs. Simple. He didn't mistreat J-Lo either. He knew who to play with, unfortunately. I mean, well, you don't know. J-Lo has never really talked about her relationship with him. And that's the thing. It's like, even with Harvey, Lori Harvey, I would like to hear her about her experience with him. She don't talk about nothing. You talking about don't kiss, don't tell. Kiss and tell. She doesn't kiss and tell, girl. But that's how it should be, honestly and truly. That's how the socialites move. I would consider Lori Harvey a socialite because she probably got some lip glosses and eyelashes down to the Instagram boutique, but maybe a little body scrub or something. But she's not really doing anything. She's a socialite, in my opinion. And so I would like to know what her experience was with Puffy, especially the way that looked like she went from being cool with, it wasn't Justin, it was Justin. Was it Justin? Justin. She was cool with Justin and then moved to Puff and Steve Harvey and Marjorie sitting there. What's going on there? I would like to know. I would like to see that. People have to get over the fact that she didn't get treated badly. Like I said, I saw that interview with Santana and Caresha on Caresha Please. I saw that interview and I felt like he said he asked her hard questions. I don't feel like the questions were hard. You would need a third party to do that. You're not going to ask your good Judy the hard questions, right? You're not. Why does everyone want her to be treated poorly so badly? No, it's not wanting her to be. Nobody wants anybody to be mistreated. But we want to talk to the behavior of a man who has mistreated every single person he's been in a relationship with. Every single person. Like, every single person. And as the closer he got to you, the more dangerous he was. Watching him have a baby while dating is not a good relationship. He treated her well. He was reformed by the time they met.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
Now leave her alone. Reformed. This is a man, of course. Let's see what else. That people say. I believe he treated her differently because it was a PR stunt. It was for a show. Got peed on and having him have a baby on you is princess treatment? Somebody said getting peed on is a sexual preference, not abuse. The wig and beard combo is so outrageous. Why? How is that outrageous when there's always been bearded women? Men with beards and long hair. Y'all be acting like shit is new, and nothing is new under the motherfucking sun, bitch. You guys believe anything. People get paid to say a story, but the truth is Saucy was Diddy's girl as well. Girl. Saucy, we really don't give a damn. J-Lo also got princess privileges. Anything to get on the payroll and make him sound like this good person because he was on his way out. Don't make up for the damages. He's done, caused harm to others. Baby oil, Caresha and her twin can go too. Her twin? I don't know what that means. All right, let's see. Paris Jackson calls out Coleman Domingo after claiming her input was helpful for her father's upcoming biopic. She says, I had zero involvement. Okay, it says Coleman Domingo, this is from Hollywood Unlocked. Coleman Domingo credits Paris Jackson for helpful, quote, helpful guidance in portraying her grandfather, Joe Jackson, in a new film. They're they're very much in support of our film, Dominguez said of Paris and her brother Prince at the Amphar Benefit Gala in Venice. So Paris Jackson has come out and said, and tagged him and said, King of Bingo, don't be telling people I was, quote, helpful on the set of a movie I had 0% involvement in. LOL, that is so weird. She says, she goes on to say in another story, I read one of the first drafts of the script and gave my notes about what was dishonest, didn't sit right with me, and they didn't address it. I moved on. And when they didn't address it, I moved on with my life. Not my monkeys, not my circus. God bless and Godspeed. The comprehension skills in these comments are concerning. She said she read the first draft, gave notes that they did not use or address. So, no, her input was not included, which gave her zero involvement. Y'all okay? No, the people are not okay. The people are not okay. They're not. Love Michael, but I still can't believe to this day that these three white kids are still being called his children. He raised them. Didn't he raise them since they was babies? Wasn't they always with him when they were babies? Do you have to be related to somebody for them to be your children? I don't know what Michael Jackson was over there doing. If he was using his sperm or what, but the kids don't look nothing like him. I think he used somebody else's sperm. I don't know. But that's their daddy. They don't know no other father. Sounds like she was helpful to me. Constructive feedback, used or not, still helpful. That doesn't even make sense. And it's like, it's, I think what makes it so weird is that you will literally say something so out of order. Like, it sounds like she was helpful to me. If I offered help and you didn't use it, that means I was of no help. But I think y'all want to be contrarian, and then it's like you don't really think it all the way out. You know what I mean? You want to go against it. I don't know why you would want to go against Michael Jackson's daughter, against Coleman Domingo, maybe because she's not black or doesn't look black or whatever the hell y'all want to say about the girl. So you automatically want to go against her and side with Coleman Domingo. Why? Because he's black. So he's telling the truth. Like, he may not be telling the truth, or he may have been given information that they said was from Paris, but was not, right? He could be under the assumption that she was involved and is going off of maybe secondhand information. We don't know, God damn it. But according to her words, she said she had zero involvement. And what was on the notes, they didn't use. So no involvement. I think people just want to be contrarian and they just don't think it all the way through. Girl, please, you didn't even know him. Notes is a form of input, though. Let's just do it like a math problem. Okay. I have some notes here, and I need you to add your input to these notes. Okay? So that I can say that you have added and you have supported and assisted in these notes, the outcome of these notes. Okay, I'm going to give my notes and I'm going to tell you what to add and what to subtract. Here it is. Here's what to add. Here's what to subtract. Okay, you can take them back. We're not going to use them. So, did she add? Okay, we're back. Battery died. I didn't even know the battery. It didn't even give me a notification that sometimes tells you the battery is low. It'll flash up on the screen. Did I was I not looking? But it stays up on the screen until you say okay. So I wonder why it didn't tell me. But anyways, we're back. I'm just I just gotta finish eating some vitamin C little tablets. Little kids vitamin C's. I love them. Orange flavor vitamin C's. This one's sugar free though. I mean, it doesn't have added sugars. Man, when I tell you I used to tear up them chewable vitamin C's when I was little, baby, I probably overdosed on vitamin C. I got some vitamin C. So yeah, that's what I was saying. I think people want to be against, like they feel like they have to take a side. And sometimes, I mean, like there's no side to take, right? You don't have to take the Coleman Domingo side. You don't have to take Paris Jackson's side. You can just go by what they say. And to me, more than likely, he just has some misinformation. Because if she's saying I didn't have involvement on the show or on the movie, um, but he's saying she did, it might be secondhand information that he's going on. Like, yeah, oh yeah, she was very helpful, blah blah blah, and not knowing that her notes weren't used at all. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you could look at it. You don't have to take a side. And I think that's where the effects of the binary come in, right? That the remnants, not the remnants, but the extension of thinking everything is either or, either or, either or, either or. You got to take a side. You got to take a side. And for some situations, there's no side to take, right? No one's being harmed. No one's being, not, there's no side to take. So Domingo could be, going on secondhand information. Like people lie to folks. Like, oh yeah, 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 yeah. These are Paris's notes right here. Here's what she said. We'll hear what Prince has to say. They're vocal. They're very vocal. I love that Kathy Hilton and Michael Jackson had an agreement to name their children Paris, and he did. Did y'all know that little trivia about Kathy Hilton and Michael Jackson? They were very very close, and they said that when they had children, they will name their girls Paris, and they did. I love that. I love that story. Anyways, um, so let's see what else is going on. I'm only going to do one more story, I think, because I don't know how long that other video or the other half of this was. I think we were already like at 30, 40 minutes. What's his name is nice looking. Damson Idris. He's a nice looking brother. Uh-oh. Bodega Baddie. Yeah, this is where Cardi had on that. The people are not happy with her. Paris Jackson defends herself against backlash over Coleman Domingo remarks while addressing claims that she hates her dad, Michael Jackson. And then, like, people in the comments saying, you don't know him. Like, girl, shut up. That's the only father that they know. What are you talking about? Let's hear what she says.
I'm gonna say this and then I'll like kind of just like leave it alone. Because it seems like there's been a lot of responses. There's been a lot of responses to the thing that I posted earlier about just like clarifying like that I wasn't involved at all. Aside from like giving feedback on the first draft and then getting the feedback that yeah, we're not actually going to address your notes at all. Like I like fuck me, So I just like butt it out, and I just like I've left it alone because it's not my project. So they're gonna make whatever they're gonna make. A big reason why I haven't said anything up until this point is because I know a lot of you guys are going to be happy with it. Like, a big section. Just like I remember hearing about how Freddie Mercury's family responded to seeing the Bohemian Rhapsody film, right? And I remember like reading the Dirt autobiography as a kid, and then growing up and like watching the movie they ended up making, starring like MGK, and I was like, okay. The thing about these biopics is it's Hollywood, so this is it's fantasy land. It's not real, but it's sold to you as real, and a lot of sugar coated, like the narrative is being controlled, and there's a lot of inaccuracy, and there's a lot of just full blown lies. And at the end of the day, like that doesn't really fly with me. I don't really like dishonesty. I spoke up. I wasn't heard. I fucked off. That's it. Y'all are gonna like the fucking movie, so just go watch it, go enjoy it, do whatever. Leave me out of it. Also, something that like quite a lot of people are saying is like she hates her dad. She resents him. She wants nothing to do with him because I'm not like calling the shots on set, being a big shot producer of a movie that's filled with just inaccuracies. That's not my truth. That's not where I'm coming from. I just prefer honesty over like sales and monetary gain. Like that's it. And I kind of just don't want anything to do with that. So I'm gonna fuck off again. And I'm gonna keep minding my own business. I suggest you do the same. God bless and Godspeed. That's it. So, and I will say, for some of you guys that are not like insanely familiar with the dynamic between me and like my dad's fandom, and like why would you be? So I guess like when the actor that's in the movie did that article with Rolling Stone, and he was like, Paris is so helpful and like supportive of this movie, blah 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 blah, and she's been helping out on set. My response to that was like, yo, I've met this man twice. Once at a birthday party and once at the Amphar thing the other night. Both were like hella brief interactions. Like, I've met this man twice. Because I said this man, she's so rude. I can't believe the attitude from her. How could she say this man? So, and
let's read a couple more comments and then we're going to go. Nah, Michael would not approve of how y'all talk about his daughter. MJ just left his fortune to random white kids. Y'all can't be Michael Jackson fans and diss his children. People never say Nicole Richie isn't Lionel's child, but always discredit Michael Jackson's kids. That's true because we know that Nicole Richie is Sheila E.'s niece from her brother, and she was just back. So yeah, then the phone just said it was full, so I had to delete all the video because the video I did yesterday was like an hour, so that took up a lot of space. So I just had to delete that because I have a raw version of my video, of course, that I do without editing, and then the edited version. And just so y'all know, I keep all my videos on external hard drives. So in case I ever like lose my channel or something, I have external hard drives of all of my videos for the past. When did I start archiving? I have them in there. First, I had them on thumb drives, and then I was like, no, I need external hard drives. So my videos are here. These videos started these are from March up until September. But I have a few of these that have all my videos on there. Okay, so you know, all my videos are on external hard drives, just so y'all know. So I was gonna go. I feel like talking, so maybe I'll make another video. Let me make another video. So I'm going to get rid of this video. I'm going to be done with this video. Y'all let me know what you think. Do you think that people just try to be contrarians in the comments just to go against the other person, like to make it be a side? Her calling him that man is not rude. It's so it just that kind of like that behavior is so weird to me. And I think it's just because people feel like they have to take a side in something, and there's no sides to take, right? She said she didn't contribute. That's not in support. She's not in support. As you can hear, she doesn't sound like she's in support of it. You understand what I'm saying? So, um, it's her word, and then like saying that they're just some I don't know, it's just really, it's just weird. But anyways, people gonna say what they want to say, and that's just the way of the world, and you just have to learn how to deal with things that people are gonna say. And she's absolutely right. Hollywood, I just got finished talking about Hollywood being smoke and mirrors, and Cardi faking like she's pregnant, and people faking relationships to promote movies. Like, it's Hollywood. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. It is not real. And she said it's going to appeal to his a particular fan base that sees the fantasy of Michael Jackson. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I think I thought the story was about Joe Jackson, and I didn't know that it was about Michael Jackson. But Coleman is playing Joe Jackson, so I don't know who's going to be playing Catherine. But yeah, we'll see what Prince has to say. Like I said, they're vocal. They will come out. You know, Paris wasn't Paris in? Oh no, that wasn't Paris. That was Riley. Riley is Elvis Presley's granddaughter. That was in that movie Zola. Zola, you know, the movie with T.S. Madison was in that movie about the girl who did that thread on Twitter, and it was about like her and her friend getting into a bunch of shit, and they made a movie about it. They turned it into a movie. I think A24 produced it. I can't remember, but they mostly produce horror films, so I don't know if they did, but I can't remember. But it was like they made a movie out of it. T.S. Madison was in the movie, and Riley Kehoe, and I was getting her mixed up with Paris. They don't look alike. Riley looks like she literally looks like Elvis Presley in the face. Um, but yeah, so the girls are vocal. They are vocal. Paris will come out and say what's on her mind. When is her birthday? Paris Jackson, 1998. Ooh, she's 27. Yeah, she's very beautiful. Paris Michael Catherine Jackson. Her mother is Debbie Rowe. Whatever happened to Debbie Rowe? I thought did she die? Oh no, she lives in Spokane, Washington. She went to Hollywood High School. I wonder why he chose that lady to have. She was a surrogate. I don't know what. Let me see, Debbie Rowe. I thought she was a surrogate. But you know what? I'm looking at Paris's face, and Paris looks like her. Paris looks like her. She really does. Let me show you. That's Debbie Rowe, and I'll show you Paris Jackson. Hold on, let's see. Huh? Yeah, she looks like Debbie Rowe. Now, I don't know if the other sperm came from Michael Jackson, because I feel like Michael Jackson has strong enough genes that it would come through the children, not even their eyes. But again, it doesn't really matter because that's their father. That's the only father that they know. You understand what I'm saying? Whether he's biologically their father or not, that is their father. Your parents, your family, your chosen family, they don't have to be biological. And we understand that, right? Girl, what is going on? What is going on? Anyways, let me go. Let's get rid of this. Let's be done with this video. And let me come back for another video because I feel like talking. All right. Take care of each other. Peace.